Our mission today is to sift through all that and pull out the absolute key insights and actions you need to either kickstart your YouTube presence in 2025 or seriously level up what you're already doing.
Exactly. We're looking beyond just the how-to and focusing a bit more on the why certain steps are crucial, why some content resonates, and, how to build a channel with staying power.
Right.
So we'll be guiding you through the initial setup, those essential settings you absolutely can't miss, how to create content that actually draws viewers in, and maybe the mindset you need for the long haul.
Okay, let's jump right in then. The first piece of advice, and it comes through loud and clear from both vidIQ and the Sync Media podcast, is this. Stop overthinking it and just get started.
Easier said than done sometimes, right?
Totally. But if a YouTube channel is on your mind, the very first thing is to actually create one. Head over to youtube.com, hit sign in, and go through the process of setting up a Google account.
Okay.
Now, here's a smart move from vidIQ. When you're creating that account, choose the work or business option.
Interesting. Why is that?
Well, it might seem like a small detail right now, but they say it can give you more flexibility and sort of separation down the line.
Okay, that makes sense. It's fascinating how often that initial step becomes a huge mental roadblock,
Oh, yeah.
That feeling of needing everything to be perfect before you even begin. It's something like a lot of people experience.
Definitely.
But what both sources emphasize is that taking action, just doing it, is more important than achieving immediate perfection.
Right.
And opting for that business-oriented Google account right from the start. It can really set the tone for how you approach your channel long-term. Maybe treat it more seriously from day one.
Good point. Okay, so once you've got the basic structure of your channel in place, you'll need a name and a handle.
All right, the identity bits.
vidIQ points out that your channel name should be, well, simple, memorable, unique, and easy to spell. Basically, make it as easy as possible for people to remember you and search for you.
Makes sense. Avoid anything too complicated or easily misspelled.
Exactly. Then you have your handle, that's your unique identifier, like youtube.com at your handle.
The @1.
Yeah. And unlike your name, no two handles can be exactly the same, so it's a good idea to try and secure one you like that's actually available.
Kind of like a username.
Yeah, precisely. The good news is you can always adjust both of these later if you change your mind or your channel focus shifts.
Oh, that's good to know. Flexibility.
And while you're at it, get a profile picture uploaded. Keep in mind that YouTube displays this in a circle, right? So pick an image that works well in that format. Something clear, noticeable, or that, represents your channel's vibe.
Yeah, that little circle is everywhere, so it needs to be recognizable even when it's small. The distinction between the name and handle is key, too, for how people find you. Well, your name is what viewers see on your channel page and under your videos, but the handle is like your specific address within YouTube, especially in comments or direct links.
Gotcha. So a user-friendly name plus a unique handle, it strengthens your online identity.
Exactly. Think of the name as the sign on your shop and the handle as the precise street address. Both important.
Okay, good analogy. All right, let's dive into some really important initial settings that vidIQ highlights. They stress this quite a bit.
Okay, the back end stuff.
Yep. Go to YouTube Studio, then Settings, then Channel, and then Feature Eligibility. This is where you absolutely need to verify your channel with a phone number.
Right, the phone verification thing. Seems basic, but crucial.
It really is. It might seem like a quick, simple step, but it unlocks some really crucial capabilities, like being able to upload videos longer than 15 minutes.
Which is pretty standard these days for a lot of content.
And adding those custom thumbnails, the eye-catching images, that can make a huge difference in whether people actually click on your video.
Yeah, thumbnails are massive. And that verification, it's also the first step towards accessing more advanced features, and eventually monetization too, right?
Exactly. It's like a gateway, as you said. Longer videos, custom thumbnails. It's largely about platform security, too, I think. Verifying you're a real person.
Yeah, helps cut down on spam and abuse, which is good for everyone.
Okay, while you're still in the settings, vidIQ recommends heading over to Upload Defaults and taking a look at the visibility setting.
Upload defaults.
This is a big one. Make sure you set your default to either unlisted or private, and definitely not public.
Okay. Why not public straight away?
Well, this gives you the chance to get your title, description, and that all-important thumbnail just right before your video goes live.
Like a pre-flight check.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Putting out an unprepared video publicly is probably a mistake you want to avoid. Gives you that buffer.
Makes total sense. That pre-publication phase is all about optimizing your video for its initial impact. It's your chance to polish everything.
Yeah, make the best first impression.
Rushing to public can mean missing out on, maximizing engagement and discoverability right from the start.
Right. Okay. Staying within upload defaults, click on the Advanced tab and look at comment moderation.
Comments. Can't be tricky.
Yeah, if you think your content might attract some negative comments, maybe controversial topics or something, setting this to strict can save you a lot of hassle later on.
Good tip. Proactive moderation.
Then, under channel settings and advanced settings, there's a really critical one. Content made for kids.
Oh yeah, Copa Pie. That's serious.
Extremely serious. YouTube has very specific rules around this, and you absolutely must declare whether your content is primarily aimed at children. Getting this wrong can lead to big problems, even channel termination.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so definitely figure that out.
Definitely. You need to review YouTube's help articles on this to really understand the guidelines, but setting a default here can save you time with each upload. Make sure you don't forget.
Yeah, consistency again. These settings really highlight the responsibility that comes with being a creator, don't they?
They really do.
That Made for Kids designation has huge implications for data privacy, advertising.
Really got to get it right.
Setting defaults helps minimize the risk of just, accidentally messing up.
Okay, couple more essential settings from vidIQ. Under settings, then permissions.
Permissions, right, for teams.
Exactly. You can invite other people, maybe an editor, a moderator, to help manage your channel without giving them full access to your entire Google account.
Ah, that's super important for security.
Yeah, and just for practical team collaboration as your channel grows. And then in YouTube Studio, go to customization and then basic info.
Customization, okay.
Add a public contact email address. Now, pay attention to this bit. This email should be different from the one you use to log into your channel.
Ooh, good security practice. Why is that specifically?
Just adds another layer. Keeps your login credentials separate from public-facing contact info. Less risk if that public email gets scraped or something.
Smart. Simple, but smart. As your channel grows, collaboration and security definitely become more vital.
Yeah.
Using permissions lets you build a team safely.
For sure.
And that separate contact email.
Yeah.
Yeah, really smart step to protect yourself.
Okay, now let's talk about making a strong first impression on your channel's actual page. Still in customization, under basic info, you'll find the channel description box.
The About section, basically.
Right. The first few words you write here, vidIQ, there's around the first 8 characters or so, are really valuable because they often appear prominently, like in search results next to your channel name.
Oh, okay, so prime real estate.
Exactly. They suggest focusing on the core value you'll be providing right away. What's in it for the viewer? Then use the rest of the description to include relevant keywords that help YouTube understand what your channel is all about.
So, hook them immediately with the value, then provide the context and keywords, like a mini headline for the whole channel.
Precisely. Those initial characters are your channel's headline. Gotta grab attention and communicate the topic quickly.
And the keywords then act like metadata, helping YouTube connect your channel with the right searches and potential audiences. Makes sense.
Okay, moving over to the branding tab within customization. You've already got your profile picture sorted. Now let's talk about your channel banner.
The big image at the top.
Yep. vidIQ advises keeping it simple. It should quickly and clearly communicate what your channel's focus is.
Visual storytelling, kinda?
Yeah. Use relevant images. Think about a color scheme that maybe complements your video thumbnails for consistency.
Ah, smart branding.
And maybe include a memorable slogan or a brief explanation of the value you offer. But here's a key technical point. Be really aware of dead zones on mobile devices.
Dead zones, what are those?
Those are the areas at the edges of the banner that might get cropped on smaller screens, like phones.
Ah, right, because the banner shape changes depending on the device.
Exactly. So make sure all your key visual elements and text are centered to ensure they're visible everywhere. Imagine designing something for a billboard and a tiny phone screen simultaneously.
Good advice. Your channel banner is basically your channel's visual identity, the storefront. A clear, well-designed banner reinforces your brand.
Right.
And being mindful of those mobile dead zones ensures a consistent professional look no matter how someone finds you.
Okay, below the banner section, you'll find the video watermark.
The little thing in the corner of videos?
Yeah. vidIQ suggests adding a simple subscribe button watermark in the bottom right corner.
Does that actually work?
Well, they acknowledge it might be a slightly older feature and maybe doesn't lead to a huge flood of subscribers, but hey, it's still an easy and consistent call to action to have on all your videos. Doesn't hurt.
Fair enough. Low effort, potential small gain.
Rounding out the customization area is the layout tab, but honestly, if you're just starting, there probably won't be much to organize there yet. You need videos first.
True. Got to have content to lay out.
So let's instead jump over to the audio library in the main YouTube Studio menu. This is actually a fantastic resource.
Free music.
Royalty-free music and sound effects. Stuff you can use in your videos without worrying about copyright strikes or claims.
Oh, that's huge, especially when starting out.
Yeah,
Music licensing can be a minefield and expensive.
totally. So definitely check that out. These branding elements, the banner, watermark, even the profile pic. They seem small, but they add up to a professional look.
Yeah, they contribute to the overall package, the memorability, and that audio library is incredibly valuable for adding production value without breaking the bank.
One more screen that's worth taking a look at early on, the earn section.
Monetization, the big goal for many.
Right. This screen shows you the requirements for the YouTube Partner Program. You know, subscriber counts, watch hours, it tracks your progress towards meeting them.
Keeps you motivated, maybe.
Hopefully. And it'll notify you when you've reached them. Keep in mind, as vidIQ points out, you absolutely need to have two-factor authentication enabled on your Google account to monetize.
The security thing tied to getting paid. Makes sense.
Interestingly, there's also a newer, lower tier of monetization now. It has fewer requirements. You don't need as many subs or watch hours.
Oh, what does that include?
Well, crucially, it doesn't include ad revenue, but it can unlock things like fan funding, channel memberships, maybe selling merch.
So direct support from viewers, even before hitting the big ad threshold.
Exactly. It's something to be aware of as you grow, a way to connect with your audience and maybe generate some support sooner. Think of it as a stepping stone.
Yeah, familiarizing yourself with the whole monetization landscape early helps set realistic goals. That lower tier offers tools for connecting with early supporters, which is cool.
Okay, so we've covered the initial channel setup, those really crucial settings. Check.
Got the foundation laid.
Now let's move on to the heart of it all. Strategies for creating content that actually connects with people. What are people going to watch?
Right, the actual videos.
The Think Media podcast kicks things off with their first C, which is courage.
Courage.
Their point is, just start. Don't let the pursuit of perfection keep you from putting anything out there. They even suggest grabbing your smartphone and posting that first video within 24 hours.
Wow, 24 hours. That's bold.
Their reasoning is that a huge percentage of potential creators, they reckon like 99%, get stuck in that phase of overthinking and planning and never actually begin.
Yeah, analysis paralysis. I can see that. That emphasis on courage is so important. It's overcoming that initial inertia, the fear of putting yourself out there.
Totally.
That first video doesn't need to be a masterpiece. It just needs to be a starting point. It's about building momentum, learning by doing, get the ball rolling.
Couldn't agree more. Okay, their second C is clarity.
Clarity. Makes sense. What about it?
Basically, what is the specific focus of your channel going to be? Who exactly are you trying to reach? What problem are you helping them solve? Or what value are you providing?
The fundamental questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's going to make your channel stand out? Think Media encourages doing a SWOT analysis for your channel: strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats.
Okay, like a business plan almost.
Kind of. And even analyzing what your competitors are doing well, not to copy them directly, but to identify potential gaps or learn from their successes.
Smart. See what's working in the niche.
Ali Abdaal echoes this too, emphasizing the need to clearly define who your videos are for and why they should choose to watch you. This clarity really shapes your channel's core value proposition.
Clarity really does act as the compass, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It guides everything you create. Without knowing your audience and your value, your content just gets lost.
For sure. There's so much content out there.
And that competitor analysis, yeah, approached with a mindset of learning, not just comparing, they can give you really valuable insights into what's already resonating.
vidIQ shifts the focus slightly here. They suggest that curiosity and emotion are often more powerful drivers of viewership than just focusing purely on SEO and video tags.
Interesting. Emotion over keywords.
Well, maybe not over, but alongside. They advise tapping into your audience's desires, their goals, their fears, the stories that resonate with them. Connect on a human level.
I get that. Make them feel something.
Ali Abdaal agrees. He points out that while keywords are definitely important for discoverability, helping people find you,
Yeah, you need that.
it's that emotional connection with your audience that really keeps them engaged, keeps them watching.
Right. SEO gets them in the door. Emotion keeps them in the room.
Nice way to put it. And speaking of getting those initial clicks, getting them in the door, vidIQ, Ali Abdaal, and Lenalifts all agree your video titles and thumbnails are absolutely critical.
The packaging, yeah, heard that before.
They say spend significant time crafting them, ideally even before you start filming the video itself.
Before filming, wow. So know what the ad for the video is first.
Exactly. Think about what makes you click on a video. Analyze what seems to be working for other successful channels in your niche. What kind of titles grab you? What thumbnails stand out?
Yeah, that makes sense. Use strong words and titles, intriguing questions, high contrast thumbnails.
All of the above, potentially. That interplay between SEO for discovery and the emotional pull of the title thumbnail, that's key. They're your first impression.
And you only get seconds to make it count online. Using those strong, evocative words, posing questions, creating thumbnails with clear visuals, maybe contrasting colors, definitely helps the click-through rate.
Think Media also emphasizes simplicity and consistency, especially when you're starting out.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah.
This principle.
Pretty much. They suggest focusing on just one or two core content formats. Don't try to do everything at once.
Right. Avoid spreading yourself too thin.
Their recommendation is to aim for publishing one high-quality, strategic, long-form video each week as a strong foundation.
One a week. Manageable, but consistent.
And they make an important point here. High quality doesn't necessarily mean you need super expensive equipment right away.
Good. What does it mean then?
It really means thoughtful planning and providing genuine value to your viewer. Is it well structured? Does it actually help or entertain them?
Got it. Quality of content, not just production value.
Exactly. Ali Abdaal echoes this, stressing that your primary focus should always be on providing value to others. Ask yourself, what do I know now that I didn't before? What can I teach?
Be useful. Be generous with knowledge.
He also finds that for educational content like tutorials or explanations, simply talking through bullet points can often feel more natural and be more efficient than writing out a full word-for-word script.
Oh, interesting. Less robotic, maybe. More conversational.
Yeah, potentially. It allows for a bit more spontaneity while still staying on track.
That focus on consistently providing value really is the cornerstone, isn't it? If your videos genuinely help or entertain, people will come back.
Absolutely.
Starting with just one or two formats prevents getting overwhelmed and lets you really focus on mastering the fundamentals of delivering that value.
Ali Abdaal also introduces this idea he calls the power of three.
Power of three, like magic.
Maybe YouTube magic. The idea is aiming to convey just 3 key points in each video.
Okay. Keep it focused.
He finds it helps keep content focused, digestible, and easier for viewers to remember. Don't overload them.
That makes sense. Respects the audience's time and attention span, makes the key messages stick.
He also strongly advocates for the title, thumbnail, hook first approach.
We talked about title and thumbnail. What about the hook?
The hook is those crucial first seconds of the video. Ali says don't even start creating the main body of your video until you've really nailed down the title, the thumbnail, and how you're going to hook the viewer in right at the start.
Wow. Prioritize the entry points.
And both Lenalifts and Ali Abdaal underscore this. The first 30 seconds are absolutely make or break for keeping viewers engaged. You have to make those initial moments valuable and grab their attention immediately.
Yeah, audience retention drops off fast if the beginning is boring.
Yeah.
That power of 3 helps keep it tight, and nailing the hook, title, and thumbnail, they're the gatekeepers to your content.
Exactly. If you can't capture interest right away, all the great stuff later might never get seen. Okay, let's talk editing. Lenalifts shares something really interesting. She actually used iMovie.
iMovie, the free Apple software.
Yep. For her first 2 years on YouTube, and during that time, she grew her channel to 100,000 subscribers using just iMovie.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Really proves it's not about the fanciest software.
Right. It's a great reminder. You don't need expensive, pro-grade stuff to get started and even succeed.
Quality of ideas, storytelling.
Yeah.
That matters most initially.
However, she does recommend making an effort to learn one new editing technique with each video you create. Little improvements over time.
Continuous learning. Good advice.
And as your channel grows, and if your budget allows, you might consider outsourcing editing to free up your time. That's something Ali Abdaal eventually did.
Yeah, trading money for time once you're established. Makes sense.
Both Lenalifts and Ali also point out that watch time is a really significant factor for the YouTube algorithm.
How long people actually stick around and watch.
Yeah, exactly. So keeping viewers engaged is key. Using cuts, adding interesting visuals or B-roll, keeping the pace moving, all helps boost watch time.
Keep it dynamic. Avoid long, static shots, unless there's a good reason.
Lenolifts also recommends adding time codes or chapters to your videos.
Oh, like clickable timestamps in the description.
Yep. Improves the user experience, makes it easier for viewers to find specific parts or navigate longer content.
That's super helpful as a viewer. I appreciate that.
And she advises using relevant keywords in your video description, not just relying on the tags section, which is apparently less important now.
Put keywords in the actual text description. Good tip. Lenolith's iMovie story is fantastic, though. Really shows that content is king.
Totally.
But that commitment to constantly improving editing skills adds polish and definitely enhances engagement over time.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit now and turn our attention to the crucial aspects of mindset and thinking about long-term growth.
Right. The mental game. Just as important.
Lenolifts and vidIQ both emphasize YouTube is a marathon, not a sprint. Building something successful takes time.
Manage expectations. No overnight sensations, usually.
Exactly. Don't expect immediate viral success. Lenolifts also advises that your primary motivation should ideally be passion for your topic, not just the pursuit of profit.
Passion over pennies.
Kind of. She suggests asking yourself honestly, would I still make these videos if I won the lottery?
Deep question.
If the sole focus is making money, she thinks you might struggle to maintain the consistency and dedication needed for the long haul, especially through the early, slow periods.
Yeah, that intrinsic motivation from passion keeps you going when the numbers aren't there yet. Makes sense.
She also highlights the importance of embracing experimentation. Don't be afraid to try new things, different video styles, new editing techniques. See what works, what you enjoy.
Yeah, got to be willing to evolve. The platform changes, audiences change. That long-term perspective is essential for navigating the ups and downs.
For sure.
And experimentation is key to learning what resonates, adapting, and just avoiding getting stuck in a creative rut.
The Think Media podcast really hammers home the importance of community.
Building relationships with viewers.
Deeply caring about your audience, yeah. Actively engaging with comments, showing appreciation for support, focusing on how you can help your viewers win somehow.
Serve the audience. Give value.
They also suggest thinking about building community beyond just YouTube itself, maybe an email list, a Discord server, something like that.
Take the relationship off platform. Build deeper connections.
Their goal is cultivating what Kevin Kelly called true fans, those really dedicated supporters.
The 1,000 true fans idea.
Yeah.
Powerful concept.
They also bring up cash, not just waiting for ad revenue, but actively developing a money plan.
Be strategic about monetization.
Yeah. Explore various ways to monetize beyond just the standard partner program. But crucially, focus on providing value and building goodwill first.
Give before you ask.
Exactly. Adopt a farmer mindset patient, steady growth rather than a hunter mentality seeking immediate gains.
I like that analogy. Cultivate, don't just hunt.
Patience is another key element they stress. Understand that monetization and significant audience growth take time. Don't rush it.
It's a slow burn often.
And finally, consistency. Aim for a sustainable pace that prevents burnout. Build systems, routines, but also don't beat yourself up if you miss an upload occasionally. It's the long-term trend that matters.
Right, consistency over intensity sometimes. Avoid burnout. That focus on community is huge. Yeah. Building genuine connections fosters loyalty.
It really does.
And broadening the perspective on cash, emphasizing value first, that feels more sustainable. That farmer versus hunter mindset really visualizes the patient effort required.
Ali Abdaal also echoes the long game idea and advises new creators to imitate then innovate.
Imitate then innovate. What does that mean?
When you're just starting, it's okay to take inspiration from creators you admire whose style or content resonates. Learn from them.
Okay, stand on the shoulders of giants initially.
Kind of. Your own unique style and voice will naturally develop over time as you keep creating. Don't feel pressured to be totally original from day one.
That's reassuring for beginners. Less pressure.
His core message, again, is always focus on value. Prioritize being of service to your audience. Share something worth sharing.
Back to value. Consistent theme.
And he famously says the algorithm is the audience.
Ooh, like that. Explain.
Meaning, stop trying to game some mysterious algorithm. Focus on creating content that your target audience will find genuinely valuable and engaging. If the audience loves it, the algorithm will likely follow.
Serve the humans, not the machine.
Yeah.
Smart.
And much like vidIQ and Think Media, he emphasizes simply embracing starting. Don't let the lack of the best equipment or a perfect strategy hold you back. Just begin.
Get off the starting blocks.
Commitment is essential, obviously, and ultimately, as vidIQ puts it so simply, the permission to start. It
Yeah.
comes from within you. You have to decide to do it.
Yeah, stop waiting for permission. Just go. All these insights really reinforce that focusing on audience needs and value is the best way to navigate YouTube long-term.
Seems to be the consensus.
And that imitate, then innovate approach
Yeah.
gives beginners a practical starting point. Learn the ropes, then find your own path.
So as you can hear, we've really delved into a huge amount in this deep dive. From the foundational steps of setting up your channel, those critical initial settings,
Yeah, the nuts and bolts.
to the strategies behind crafting content that grabs attention and provides real value.
The creative side.
And finally, the mindset and long-term perspective that seems so essential for actually succeeding and sustaining growth on YouTube in 2025.
It's a lot to take in. The key takeaway, I think, is that building a successful channel, whether starting fresh or improving an existing one, it's multifaceted.
Definitely not just one thing.
No, it requires understanding the tech side, sure,
Yep.
but also having a clear vision for your content, a real commitment to your audience, and honestly, the resilience to keep going when it gets tough.
So what really resonates with you, our listener, from all of this? Maybe it's that push to just take the first step and start creating.
Or perhaps it's that consistent message about always putting the audience first, focusing on value.
Yeah. We really encourage you to explore the original resources we base this on. Keep learning, keep adapting. The world of YouTube is always changing, right?
Constantly.
Your willingness to learn and create will be your most valuable assets on this journey.
Absolutely. And this brings us to maybe a final thought for you to ponder as you move forward. Beyond all the practical steps and strategies we've talked about today, what's the unique perspective or value that only you can bring?
Good question.
What stories are you uniquely positioned to tell? What specific community can you authentically serve and connect with? That kind of self-reflection, combined with this actionable advice, that's your most powerful tool.
Not just for starting a channel in 2025.
But for truly carving out your own successful, maybe even fulfilling space within it, now and for the years to come.